statistic in 2017 from Inside Higher Education shows that 33% of undergraduate students change their major within the first 3 years of their education. This shows instability as college students are entering the university campus. Now, becoming a professor offers an incredible opportunity to be able to invest in students in a long-lasting way. And being a Christian professor offers ministry opportunities on top of that. As a TA for a professor in years past at Liberty University, I've worked with students one-on-one to see that there is a need for guidance in their academic, emotional, and then tangible goals that they have in their lives. As an undergraduate student myself, I have also sought this out from professors. Becoming a professor offers incredible ministry opportunities because of the respectable achievements of the professor, because of their presence during a pivotal point in a student's life, and because they have the ability to transpire biblical truths in a non-intrusive way. So, as we talk about this topic today, to you, the audience, I hope to emphasize 3 main points. First, that the professor is admirable and that the student can look up to them in a very beneficial way. Second, that the professor has access to the student in a very personal way during an important season of their life. And that third, the ministry opportunities are in line with Scripture as well as very unique to this field. So let's go on to my first point. The Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that an average of 70% of high school student graduates in 2016 chose to get a secondary education. This shows that there is still a need for professors and that the career is not dying. A professor that has academic achievement is able to come alongside a student, and the student can look up to them to see that, yes, my academic goals can be met. The professors have reached above the undergraduate level, and it can show that the students can actually admire their professors in a very tangible way that is applicable to themselves in their current state. Teaching Monster actually shows that over 75% of students are admiring their professors, which heightens the likelihood that students are seeking guidance from their professors as well. With this, it shows that students are ready to admire their professors and look up to them for their academic achievements. And this brings me to my second point, that professors are present during a very specific and important time in a student's life. And so we see here that the NACADA reports that students who have academic relationships with their professors are encouraged to learn more than just attaining good grades. Yes, good grades are something that you should seek after as a student, but actually learning the information will be applicable to you in your college years as well as your career. A professor coming alongside a student can encourage them to learn well, to take the information and apply it to their field. And it can also encourage them in their own talents, help them grow, and help them have self-belief that ventures on past their college years. A professor is able to pour into the student in a very accessible way that has lasting benefit for the student. And this brings me to my final point. The fact that the ministry opportunities in this field are unique as well as in line with Scripture. Now, in an academic setting as my own, I've been able to share my faith with my professors very easily. But even in a secular setting, there are ministry opportunities from the professor to the student. If a professor has a joyous personality, they can show that the joy of the Lord is tangible and something that is really applicable and not just a fairy tale. On top of that, a professor is able to take biblical truths and transcribe them to a secular environment, showing that their goodness value is infinite and applicable to both secular academic settings as well as Christian academic settings. And then finally, when we see here the scripture that enlivens this mentality for ministry comes from Philippians 2 verse 4 that says, "Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others." Yes, professors are teaching certain things and they have certain lesson plan goals that they need to achieve, but a professor's whole goal is to just pour into their students and help them achieve their goals that they have in their academic career. And this verse directly reflects that. A professor can come alongside a student and pour into them with biblical truths that can help them further on their confidence past their college years, like I said. And all 3 of these points show that there are incredible ministry opportunities from a professor to a student. The professor has academic standing that shows confidence in themselves and an anchor point for students to look up to and admire and show that their tangible educational goals can be met. And this has a huge impact on a student. On top of that, the personal connection that a student can have with a professor professionally can offer great encouragement that can help them achieve their goals later on. And then thirdly, we have that a professor who's a Christian can offer biblical truths in a non-intrusive way in even a secular setting that is able to show the gospel message in a very casual way. If you're looking for a career opportunity to be able to pour into young adults and help them achieve goals that they may have with a lasting impact that is not just in a 4-year period, I would encourage you to be a college professor. Ministry in this field is unique and in line with Scripture, and it has rich enjoyment for not only the student but also the professor as well. Being able to show a student that they have self-worth and that they are worthy of being invested in has a lasting opportunity that will have an eternal impact. Thank you very much.